I give in to the lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. And goes. My weakness comes and goes, it goes, it goes. My weakness echoes in my soul. Oh, it echoes in my soul. My weakness comes and goes, it goes, it goes. I give in to the lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength the Male R3view. Let me bring it in just like that. Tune into the motherfucker, tune into the motherfucker. The Male R3view. Welcome to the Male R3view. It's about to be epic. Review, y'all. Tune in. It's about to be epic. No, seriously though. Epic. You did. I'm Alex 5000. Oh, now. Welcome to the Male R3view. Yeah. I'm balling.
Hello and welcome to the Male R3view. I am your host, Cordero.
And what's up, everybody? I'm back. It's your boy King. What's up?
Hello, and I'm Albany DeMar. This is the platform that we use.
And you ain't finished the rest of it. Okay. All right. So, how was everybody's weekend?
I had a pretty awesome weekend. I'm glad to be back. I missed you guys. I know y'all missed me, but I'm glad to be back.
You were definitely missed. My weekend, I didn't really do anything exciting. I went out, partied a little bit, worked a little bit. That's pretty much it. How was your weekend, Ebony?
My weekend was great. I've been working.
Okay,
That is all.
Ain't nothing wrong with
Ain't
that.
that always good to be working?
Something. It's a necessary evil. I should say that.
All right. Well, if you guys have your cups, let's get to the toast of the night. All right. Let's get into this shit. You ready, King?
Yeah, let's get into it. So, I don't know if everybody's been hearing or seeing the drama that's been going on between Saucy Santana and DJ Epidemic. Let me tell y'all that allegedly speaking, baby, it's some messy shit. So apparently, DJ Epidemic and Saucy Santana have been feuding back and forth. Well, there was a video that surfaced from Saucy Santana from DJ Epidemic that basically told Saucy Santana to meet him at his mansion. They could get down with the get down. Saucy being the queen and the fabulous bitch that he is, said, bitch, I don't want to see you at your mansion. Bitch, I want to see you in the streets. Bitch, I don't want to fight you at your mansion. I'm not pulling up to anything that has anything to do with you. I want to pull up to the streets, bitch. I want to get you on that blacktop. So, what further, allegedly speaking, further next was DJ Epidemic posting a video of this grown ass man crying. Do y'all hear me? He is literally fucking having tears because a gay man has startled this man. You are a whole homo, or you're a whole heterosexual man who you're now afraid of a homosexual man. See, this is where we have to get out of the thing where gay people are different than other people. I'm a man just because I'm gay don't mean I won't beat your straight ass. I'm
Right.
confused.
I mean, he did tell him to pull up to his house, which was crazy. Like that.
Who in their right mind? Tell someone that. I
Right.
mean, Albany, have you heard about this allegedly speaking, all this stuff that's going on?
So yeah, I've heard all of this, but here's my thing. Like, yeah, I don't. Back in the day, I'm just gonna say this: straight men knew not to mess with the gay boy. They was like, "Nah, look, let me tell you something. They might be gay. You might be calling them soft. You might be calling them queens, which they had some of it right. We are royalty, and they should understand that. However, I just feel as though with him, I was like, he was talking about he didn't want to get canceled, which I understand because he already know the little bigger tigger was gonna come at him, okay? Like it was gonna be a problem in these streets, baby. The beehive was gonna get this thing in. You know,
Hello.
it was gonna be some problems, okay? The beehive
Right.
don't just rise up just for, you know, don't just rise up for the queen. They rise up for, they rise up for us too.
The
And
community.
so it's just, to me, I'm just like, dude, if you was bumping your guns about all that, and like, if y'all see Queen Latifah sitting over there, like Queen Latifah said, you've been bumping your gums and running your mouth about women all this time. But I just think whether it was Saucy Santana or whether it had been 50 Cent, because it was a man that stood up and said something to you, now you're
Absolutely.
quivering in your sheets.
But my thing is, here's where I'm really confused and a little bit lost at. I'm confused and a little bit lost at because you had another grown man put fear in your eyes. Like what I don't understand, as I've seen and researched all of this before we came on air in a couple of days prior when I first heard it, I'm still in my mind trying to fathom and trying to realize what, as a grown man, made you cry because another grown man told you how he felt. How do you should have kept that same energy when you told Saucy Santana to pull up at your mansion? You should have kept that same energy when you decided to come back with the rebuttal. I'm lost and confused on why a grown man sitting here crying because, oh, you've now cried wolf, and now that the big bad wolf is going to get your ass, now you're running afraid. Well, why you didn't have that same energy when Queen Latifah went after your ass? I just can't. I'm sorry, DJ Epidemic, you're a pussy. Point
I,
blank. Period.
I so agree. I agree 100%.
Yeah, I agree. The only part that I felt like Saucy Santana, but I feel, hey, I just feel as well though. When you run your mouth, and if you run your mouth in a way that you being disrespectful, everything is up for game. But when Saucy Santana told that man he was gonna be his ass and then fuck him, I was like, wait, wait, wait. I feel like at some point we crossing a line.
I mean, but just in Saucy's defense, you crossed the line when you told me to pull up at your mansion. I don't know where who's gonna be at that mansion. I don't know if you're gonna
Right.
rape me,
That part.
kill me, jump me, or any of that.
Yeah, and then also too, you everybody in the black community know, baby, you don't go to nobody's house and fight them. That's
Ain't that
rude.
the
We
first
we
thing Mama
learned that.
teach you?
We learned that right off the bat. You don't go to nobody's house because you just don't know. They sister, brother, they could have guns. You don't know what's going on.
Yep.
Oh, blessed be.
Absolutely. Yeah, I just that that whole situation and the fact that it's still ongoing, like it's crazy to me. Like DJ Epidemic, I'm sorry you can't play kitty to this because you started it. And honestly, I didn't even know until after watching Queen Latifah her rebuttal to say, "Well, how are you mad? You've been bullying, you've been downgrading women, not just women in general, but black women. You've been doing that for years. So now that a gay black man has stood up to you, read you for your rights, read you for filth, now you have the audacity to come on a live TV show. So it's I don't want to get canceled. And boy, shut up. You sound like a bitch.
Saucy sat back and had enough. So I
Yeah.
guess
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Blessed be.
Lord have mercy. Mm,
I
mm, mm,
just
mm.
I don't know. Hey, all I can tell them is blessed be. Learn where and when to run your mouth. Because
Right.
what they always say, don't write a check your ass can't catch.
And unfortunately, DJ Epidemic didn't wrote a check that his ass ain't gonna cash because now he running scared.
And it is what it is.
I'm,
Well, we'll see if
oh,
they have any more drama. But until then, on to the
until
next.
then. Um. Oh, how about new music? Any new music out here lately?
Well, we know that Ms. Megan Thee Stallion had dropped some music, and I don't know if you guys heard her new music. Like she pretty much expressed a lot of things that was going on with her through the time where she got shot and how she was depressed. Um, a whole lot of stuff was in there, and but it was so good. It was really good.
I
I enjoyed
love
So
it.
Megan.
I actually listened to it, and if anybody knows me, they know that Megan the Stallion next to Cardi B are one of my favorite female rap artists out to this day. And I actually listened to the song, and listening to her song Cobra. For anyone who doesn't know, Megan's new song that is now hit single, is called Cobra. Um, it's really deep. Like Cordell says, she talks about how she went through a suicidal phase, how she went through the depression of losing close people that was close to her, because we all know she lost her mother really early in life and as a young age, and then turned around she lost her another number one person in her life, which was her grandma. And when Megan Thee Stallion first came out, initially she first came out as Tina Snow before she became Megan Thee Stallion. She was Tina Snow, and I love Tina Snow. She had the song "Big Old Booty." I can't even think of that song, but it was one of my favorite songs.
I wonder what's
But
the reason behind that. Why she didn't keep the name Tina Snow?
I,
But I like that. It's catchy.
I'm
you
sure it
you
was some
know,
legalities.
I got you. I got you.
yeah,
uh,
I was gonna say I think it has something LB said it has some legal stuff going on with it, but honestly, when you look up Tina Snow as far as Megan Thee Stallion's music, it shows up. It'll say Megan Thee Stallion, but in parentheses, it'll hyphenate and it'll say Tina Snow. I
mhm.
think honestly, then I honestly think Tina Snow was a person that she created way before she became where she is now. Also, another person she talked about in the song was Paris Fontaine. She also talked about him too.
Yeah. And then usually when rappers rap about certain situations, you have to like really, really listen. But about her rapping about it, it was like it was really clear,
Yeah.
clear, like clear.
Well, I feel like music has moved into a space of authenticity as well. Like they not trying to hide anything. It is what it is, especially in the age of social media, the
Hmm.
platform that we're on now. It's like why lie about it? Why even try to hide it? Let's just put it out there because it's gonna get out there anyway. And somebody gonna search it enough to be able to figure it out. What I love about Megan music is that it grows with her. Like it's not you don't have to wait and see if her music is going to mature with her. That's the word I want to use. Mature with her. Because I've seen Megan go from yeah, I'm new to this famous thing. I'm trying to figure my way. She made her mistakes, but she's never hid her mistakes from us. And I like that about Megan because she is also realizing, okay, yeah, I might have not asked to be anybody's mentor, but I know that young girls are looking at me. And so I'm going to also show my flaws as well as I'm going to show my growth. And she does it in her music. I love the fact that she didn't really say anything about the situation of her being cheated on until she put it in her music. I mean, who she is, she got access to Beyonce, so she go, she's learning well.
She is. And another thing in listening to the song is what we as normal human beings, when I say normal human beings, I mean the human beings that live regular lives that don't live in the celebrity world. In the celebrity world, I've never been in it. Well, we're getting there. We'll get there soon enough. But my point that I'm making is no one really knows what they go through. A lot of people don't understand that these rap artists, these musicians, these singers, they put their heart, they put their emotions, they put their life into their music. So it was really touching to hear the music. I mean, like I said, I love Megan. I love all her music. I don't think there's one song I can say that I don't like from her.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like I kind of just to touch on what LB is saying, they put a lot of work and a lot of their emotions into this music. So I felt it with this new song. I felt it. I felt the depression. I felt a lot of things that I never would have expected coming from Megan. we see a person every day. We'll, but again, unless you are with that person every day, mentally or physically, we'll never go what anybody goes through unless they physically talk to us and tell us.
Exactly.
That is true. Right.
Yeah,
Exactly. Well, y'all, we talking about music. Missy Elliott is being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
it's about damn time.
It's about time. She deserves it. She
She
definitely deserves
deserves
it.
her flowers.
She deserves it.
When you think about Missy, man, like I can't remember a time in my life, or honestly, I can't think of any decade of my life that Missy has not dropped something that just captured the time. Like, I mean, even when Missy was doing her own music, I can't stand the rain, like, then,
Down my window.
right. So,
Yes.
like, even with Missy, like, and then she, to even come into where I was in high school and I first started going to parties, Missy and Timbaland, when they had Aaliyah, when I started going to parties, I remember her working with, you know what I'm saying, Sierra, Destiny Child. Like, she is so, in her own right, timeless because she has touched so many generations of music. And I feel
Yeah.
like that if anybody deserves to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, it's definitely got to be Missy. Like, Missy is just getting her just dues, but I'm like, Missy is more than a gem. She is.
She
I like.
is.
They got to think of something. She's intergalactic or something
But
like.
here's my biggest question, and this will probably be something that none of us will probably ever be able to answer is, but why do they take so long to induct these people into the Hall of Fame when these are legends? Missy Elliott should have been in the Hall of Fame.
She should have been a
Um,
long time
who
ago.
else took a long time before they got into the Hall of Fame? God, was it Tina Turner?
Yes.
Yeah,
She
they
she
took a
was
long time
way
for Tina
overdue.
too.
She was
Yeah.
way overdue. So
Yeah.
it's just like, we got all these iconic people, we got all these idols, and then we just wait till another person, my Black Panther star, Chad Boswick.
Chadwick
He was
Boseman. Yeah.
another one who should have got his flowers before he passed on. Yes, I understand that he worked, and I'm telling you, Black Panther, anything Chad Boswick worked on, he was amazing, and he did his thing. And the amazing thing about it is, in every one of those movies he made, he was suffering and going through an illness.
hmm
But the good thing about people, and I don't mean to pull the race card on it, but Black people, we'll work through anything. We'll
Yeah.
work through anything. We can be going through something that a loss of a parent, a mother, a loss of a significant other, a loss of a child, and we'll fight through that depression just to make sure that our minds stay focused on what we have going ahead. But it's just a fact of, I really don't. It kind of bothers me that we wait till people either pass on or as they start to get older in their age, to where we wait till the last minute to give them their flowers.
Right. And as Tamia said down there in our comment section, she has definitely been working her ass off. Like, she been working to the bone. I mean, like, not only she is giving us, like, like I said, Timbaland and Missy helped transform Aaliyah's music into, like, when Aaliyah came out with We Need a Resolution, I said, oh, things are changing. Things are shaking up. She's becoming a woman. And then
Because
when
we needed a resolution.
right. And then, like, when you think about Missy, and she's brought us artists like Tweet. And, I'm just like, it's so many things that Missy has done that I'm just like, why? Why is she just now getting her just dues? But like you said, there are many of our artists. Like, I feel like Monica is somebody who Missy has worked with on several occasions. And I feel like that is somebody else that just does not get her just due. It's so many of our artists. And I feel like But in it now here I go. Here I go. But y'all gonna learn this about me as we go on through this journey, okay? But you get artists, and I love me some Christina Aguilera. Love her down. I fight down for Christina Aguilera.
That
But
girl got a
because she is
voice
a
out
white
this
woman,
world.
because she is a of the white persuasion, she tends to get more flowers. Anybody like Sam Smith, anybody that got a little twang
Taylor
to their
Swift.
voice, but they get their style from African Americans or Black Americans, whichever you choose. They
Yeah.
tend to get more light. I mean, Justin Timberlake. I'm sorry, I live in
Didn't
Memphis, but it
she,
is what it is.
didn't she if I'm not mistaken, did she not also bring create Sierra as well? If I'm not mistaken.
She
I don't.
she 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 was a part because DJ Jazzy Fresh is the one that was working with Sierra when Sierra first came out into the public eye. But if you guys also remember when Sierra first came out and she was working with Missy, they also tried to destroy her career at the same time.
Yeah.
Who? Sierra's.
Yeah, because and I hate to get off a topic from Missy, but just to kind of we were talking about Missy, and it kind of just made me think about it. When Sierra and Missy were working on that track together, and I think it was a
Music
Goodies
make me
track.
lose control. Oh,
Yeah,
goody.
no, I'm sorry, was it Lose Control?
Music make me lose control.
Okay, don't get me.
Is it that one?
Okay,
Yeah.
but in that time period was the same time of Sierra's coming out, of her trying to hit the music industry, trying to branch herself out. As we always do in the public eye, we decide to bash people that we don't know nothing about. We decide to make up stories and lies and create these images of people that are not true. Hell, they thought Sierra had a dick and a pussy. Sierra had to come
Oh
out with a
yeah.
whole MTV Cribs of her going to her prom and her literally trying to prove to everyone in the world that she was not a man. What
Yeah.
the fuck be wrong with people?
I remember that era, but that was
I
an
remember
era.
that
They
too.
tried to say the same thing about Olivia too, but it's just like I was like, look, first of all, what y'all not finna keep doing, and look, this is not a platform where I any platform I stand on, we are not gonna bash black women or bring them down. And what I don't understand is why in that era you were saying it about Sierra, you were saying it about Olivia, y'all even tried to say it about Michelle Obama. And I'm like, why is it that our women, black women, have to be the one that were intersex or for the lack of a better term, and I know it's not politically correct, people, okay? But they were saying back then hermaphrodites. And I was like, hold up, why is it always I think I probably was in the eighth or ninth grade, but I was like, why is it always the black women that they saying this about? We ain't saying this about
Mhm.
Britney Spears. We ain't saying we ain't saying this about Jessica Simpson. We just saying this about our women. Stop it. Come on
Yeah.
back. Get away from that. We not doing that.
But Missy, you deserve it. We're giving you your
You
flowers.
most definitely
You
do.
deserve it. You definitely
Somebody
We,
out
we
of
deserve
her
it.
kind of
birthday
hate that
too.
it took so long, but
Right?
I'm glad that they're giving her flowers. I'm glad that she's finally getting recognized for the amazing music that she's put out. Because unfortunately, I don't know what these kids nowadays are listening to. This trash, this bullshit. It makes my head hurt. It makes me want to take an Adderall and go to sleep because it's disturbing.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
Did
sounds
she?
it sounds like garbage.
I may sound crazy right now, but I'm trying to figure out. Did she ever play? Um, did she ever do the halftime show?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
I would love to see Missy doing a halftime show.
I
No,
would love to see that
it ain't
too.
long enough.
It's
You're right. You're
it's
right.
not. It's
You're
But I
right.
definitely
would
not.
like, oh, she got so many artists that she
But
can. Oh my
I
god!
just feel like the whole illusion that she would come out with is just gonna be, man.
And that's another thing. Missy has bought us videos. Do you hear me?
Hello.
She has
Videos
brought us
that,
videos that made us go, maybe
yes,
other people should look at these. Like
Because
she
if
changed the
y'all
trajectory.
remember the little white girl who used to dance in all of
Uh-huh.
Missy videos?
Mm-hmm.
yes,
She's
Uh-huh.
the reason why Missy Elliott is the reason why that little girl is where she is to this day.
Right.
Yep.
When you give people a chance, when you see talent, when you see someone trying to make something of themselves, I've noticed that some of these artists will snatch them up, and what they'll do is they'll build them up. They'll mold them. They'll build them up till they get to a point. For instance, Coco Jones. Coco Jones was only in the Disney Channel eyes. She was never brought out as anything else but someone who was on Disney Channel. But when they snatched Coco Jones off Disney Channel and put her in the eye of the people, and she opened her mouth and she started singing, baby, I love I See You, honey. I could play it about every twice a day.
Right. Right.
I love it too. All
Yeah,
right.
we gotta
So
start giving our
Missy
people
Elliott
flowers.
on to
Here's one. They say Miss Knows, Miss Tina knows. So apparently, allegedly speaking, Miss Tina knows. It is said that when a Beyonce gets a little bit mean behind the stage during tours, do y'all believe that?
I could
I
believe it.
mean, the way she described it, because I watched Sherry Shepherd show, and when she sat down, she was talking to her about it. Basically, she was saying like behind the scenes, like when she's doing the whole change in the wardrobe. I would be mad. I'll be a little angry too. I mean, you're quick changing really quick. So I mean, it's the whole rush thing. So I mean, yeah. And then
So did
you gotta get the people, in order a little bit if it's your show.
yeah. So did either of you go to the tour?
I did.
Did you say you
Uh,
did?
Unfortunately, I couldn't go. I would have went. I love my castmates. If I had tickets, I was going. I would have gave y'all love and much shout outs. I would have had so much to talk about. But I'm gonna give you my reason on why I didn't go to the Beyonce concert. Um, so when it came time for Beyonce Renaissance tour for when she was supposed to come here to Kansas City, it initially was supposed to be had scheduled way during the summertime. Now, don't get me wrong. If the concert would have stayed in the same spot that it would have been at, no, would not have went then either because I love Miss Knowles. Y'all don't get me wrong. Beehive, I love y'all to death. But Miss Knowles had lost her goddamn mind if she thought somebody was gonna pay that much for those fucking tickets. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry, and I'm not no cheap bitch. I'm a bitch with bread. But that's neither here nor there. But I spend my money wisely, and if I'm gonna go to a concert and spend that much money, I need to I need to be wowed. And I'm sorry, I just know my city, and I know I love my city to death. And I'm sorry, this is not me bashing my city, but they're ignorant. Okay,
But
it
I mean,
takes one
I
argument, one fight, and that's a wrap. Another thing, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this challenge that she started. So Beyonce started this challenge to where in one of her songs she says everybody goes on mute. Okay, she
Mhm.
started a mute challenge. The only city from the videos that I have seen that have surfaced that did what was needed to be done the way Miss Beyonce wanted to be done was Texas.
okay.
When she told my city to go on mute, give granted, yes, they went on mute, but you were supposed to go on mute until she started singing again.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I seen something, but what is it true that somebody actually got hit? Somebody hit someone for
Oh, they
not
was
like.
popping people, baby. They was popping people. Hey, hey, we said mute.
I was like, are you serious? Is it really that serious?
So
Yes, when these people spend money, because I've looked at different people's way they went to the concert. They weren't just wearing regular clothes. They were wearing clothes just as if it was something from off of her album. I mean, the amazing designed cowboy hats with the gold, the silver. I seen some gorgeous ass silver cowboy boots. I mean, it was just the whole allure of her concert. I love the theme. I do, I do, I do. I just don't respect the fact that Beyonce has never come here. This is the first time she's ever been to my city. And I feel like she only asked for us to do one thing. And y'all wasn't gonna be on mute for the entire concert. She made a competition out of it. She wanted to see which city would stay on mute, and for how long would they stay there?
Yeah.
So I went to the concert. I'm gonna tell you how it happened. So me and my cousin went for a walk that morning. We went for our 4.4 mile walk. And after we got through with our 4.4 mile walk, he looked at me and he was like, "You want to go to the Beyonce concert? Remind you, this is Sunday, the day of the concert, okay?" And I look at him and I said, "I actually was gonna call you last night and see that you wanna go." We looked at the clock. We was like, if we gonna make it, we got to get there. We gotta leave by 12. It was 10:30. We left, we went, we got dressed, and we went. Here's what I'm gonna say. It was phenomenal. And I actually went to Kansas. And I will say this. What I loved about the Beyonce concert, okay, honey, I'm gonna make the church people mad, all right? So what I loved about the Beyonce concert, the Renaissance tour, was we got there at 8 on the dot. And what I loved was we got there, we got some drinks, we went down to the floor. We were sitting on the floor, so we went down to the floor. We sit there, and you right, people had on outfits galore, okay? But it was like a party. Now Beyonce did not come on until 10 o'clock. Here's the thing though, you didn't even notice that because it was like, to me, it was like church should be, which is it was all different type of people there. It was black people, white people, Asian people, Chinese people, anybody you could think about was there. Straight people, gay people. Now I ain't gonna lie, baby, it was funny because some of the straight dudes was looking like, what the hell I done came to. But after a while, they kind of loosen up because they realize, oh, okay, I'm safe here. Y'all, people was there like talking, and Cardi B walked right past me. I didn't even know she was gonna, because the crowd started yelling. They yelled about 30 times, okay? Because they thought Beyonce was coming on every time the music would start up.
So wait a minute, LB,
Like,
hold on. You mean to tell me, because I seen her, Cardi B, oh my God, let me tell you, when I seen the video service that Cardi B was here, I about flipped my script. I said, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me, and this is what's crazy about myself, when I tell myself I'm not going to do something, I always regret it because in the back of my mind, it be really something that I be wanting to do.
mm-hmm,
When I seen that Cardi B was here and she was down at Town Topic, I said,
mm-hmm.
let me get my keys and let me get my bags. And then I had to realize, bitch, by the time you get down there, she gonna be gone. And you gonna be the wasted gas. You gonna be the wasted time getting yourself together for a person that you love, but you ain't gonna see because your ass should have got up and went to that fucking concert. But did you see who else was here, Albany?
Who?
Miss Dominique from Pose.
Oh yeah, I think.
Also, oh God, what is his name? Billy. Billy Porter was here also.
Hmm. The crowd screamed a
Okay.
couple of times. It was somebody else there because I can't remember because everybody, like, they screamed so many times, but they were sitting in a section like that
Mm-hmm.
was not too far from me. So that's why a lot of them had to walk by, but a lot of them were already there in order not to disrupt the crowd. But Cardi, when she came in, she, of course, she had her security around her. But like, I heard the crowd screaming. I was like, what is they screaming for? And like, it was like a wave almost because they was like, Cardi, 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 Cardi. And I was like, oh my God. And so like when she walked by, one thing about me is I have found out I don't get starstruck. And so like when she had walked by, she was like, hey y'all, you know how Cardi is or whatever. But
I would have flipped.
Most
it was
definitely.
just,
That's just me.
it's
I would
to
have flipped.
me, like when I say it was like church should be, was everybody was getting along. There was no fights. There was no come on, Cardi B is your Dominican queen to me.
Okay,
So
Tamia.
But can we go back to the original where we started at? Because we all know to make a successful show, sometimes behind the scenes, we know that things can get rocky a little bit.
Yeah.
So I
And
feel like
so
that's what
to me,
Tina Knowles was talking about.
right, I'm a performer and I understand, like that's why I said I get it. I understand, okay?
We go through
Because
a lot of loopholes in this show just to make it successful as it is
right,
today.
and I don't know if y'all ever been to a Beyonce concert, but she does a lot of wardrobe changes, and I be trying to figure out how the fuck
Do
is
she got
she
the time?
changing this fast?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like it could be stressful. Like if you trying to put your shoe on and somebody didn't bring the right shoe, oh, yeah, I'm cussing your motherfucking ass out.
Yeah.
Like,
Right?
and you just gonna have to. You messed up. You know, we all done seen the video. Somebody getting fired tonight. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just
Yes.
that is a stressful situation to be in because one thing Beyonce is very conscious on is if I mess up, I'm ruining the experience for somebody, and we can't fuck up. That like that's her thing. We can't mess up. And her
Mm-hmm.
thing is I'm bringing the energy and I don't like even there at the even there while she was on stage and like to me that was really a flawless show. I'm sure there was some things that were messed up, but I couldn't tell. And to me, that's when I know you're a performer. I can't tell that anything was messed up. You did a wonderful job. I could tell she was tired though by that. By the time she got the king, she was tired.
And they said Blue Ivy did her thing.
Oh,
They
she
said
did.
Blue Ivy did
She
her
cut up.
thing.
She cut up in Kansas, like, and I loved it because like it was the last plays, and like at the end, everybody was screaming her name, and I could tell it was so emotional for Blue. But like we've seen this young lady grow up, and even though people, in the
Correct.
beginning, I hated that they were scrutinizing her name. Well, not her name, but talking about her hair and saying, she looked just like her daddy and da da da. And to me, people disagree, but I was like, JC was never ugly. That's just what people have made us think about ourselves because you got a big nose and big lips that you are ugly. But to me, JC
Correct.
was never an ugly person. He just got features that people don't care for. But I just feel like yeah, you're gonna get angry if you ever been part of any big production. If something goes wrong, yeah, and plus she a Virgo, she a little evil.
Ooh. Oh,
Absolutely.
she the same size as my mama. So, I understand how Miss Tina knows feels. I understand how she feels, Lord. But then again, I'm a Gemini, so then I understand how my mama feel too.
Yeah, and Tina was like, Tina even said it. I know I'm gonna get in trouble.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So Keith Lee and Candy Burris.
Whew.
I I don't know, y'all. I just don't know. I Keith Lee, y'all, for y'all who don't know, Keith Lee goes around and he does restaurant reviews, okay? I really didn't know who Keith Lee was until this situation occurred.
I didn't
I
either.
had
I
heard
didn't
his
either.
name, but I knew because somebody a long time, well, not a long time ago, but about a couple of months ago mentioned they was like, you don't know who Keith Lee is, and I was like, the ancestors must have knew that this was gonna occur for me to know who this man was when he popped up, okay? But apparently he went down to the old lady gangbang, okay? And ooh, that does not sound right. But
I
he
did you. I heard what you said. Did you say the old lady gangbang?
the old
I'm
lady
like,
gangbang.
oh my
That's what I
god.
thought he said.
Okay.
So he went down to the old lady gang and he apparently tried to no, he didn't go in himself. He sent his family in because he was like he didn't want to cause a disturbance or whatever because he know who he is or whatever. So he sent his family in to get seated and it was they couldn't get seated. It was supposed to be like a 2-3 hour wait, something like that. It was a long wait, yeah. And so When he went in there, they came back out. They told him how long it was. He was like, "Well, you know what? We'll just go somewhere else." So what he did was he ended up going in himself, and they saw him, and they all of a sudden it became a, we'll get you seated in 5 minutes." And so he was like, "No, you know, how did we go from being seated for 2 to 3 hours? Now we're being seated for 5 minutes." And he was like, "No, we'll just go somewhere else or whatever." And so he gave his review like he give every other restaurant a review. And apparently it became an issue and a problem. Now Candy came back and she did say, "You know what, Keith Lee, I apologize, you know, for what happened. And, you know, we hope you come back." I love the way Candy did it. It was very much so, "Yeah, we fucked up, but I'm willing to fix my mistake. I want you to come back. I want you to have a good time." And so I just don't understand why. Why, Lord? These people in Atlanta done cut the fuck up about him, but I think he went to a couple of other restaurants
He
too.
did. He went to a couple of other ones.
Yeah, and he gave them bad reviews too. And so baby, they Atlanta, y'all don't play about y'all restaurants, huh? Y'all don't.
Clearly, they do not play about their restaurants or they people that's from Atlanta,
But
and especially not Miss Candy.
the whole wait time was that's long.
That's
The
long.
wait time, yeah, that's very long. And then wasn't there a part where he said about he tried to
Do a
um
takeout.
a takeout?
Yeah.
That was long.
Yeah.
Or something
Yeah.
like
Well,
that, yeah.
they said they don't do takeouts on the weekend, which I can understand. When Candy explained it, I could understand them not doing takeouts on the wait because of the wait times were already long. That if they did takeouts on the weekend, it would make the wait times even longer. So I was like, okay, you know what? This show company, if you don't want to do takeout on the weekend, that's fine. The people who frequent your place will get to know they don't do, you know, takeouts on the weekend. So I get that. You know, I ain't gonna
I
you
don't.
know.
I don't
I
get
don't
it.
get that
I don't
either.
I
understand it.
mean
I mean,
it's a
it's the
Chinese restaurant.
weekends takeout. The
It's a Chinese
weekend, not the
restaurant around the
weekday.
corner.
The weekend.
It's a Chinese restaurant around the corner. They close on Tuesdays. I don't get it. But but
So is the reason that is so what is it? She does not have enough employees, or
y'all
I
know
mean,
folks going to
because
work.
that would be the
I'm
only
trying.
reason why I could think that she wouldn't do takeout because she doesn't have enough employees to provide, to do the takeout, to be able to, yeah, they cook the food and then someone grabs the food and then takes it out like that. That would be my thing. Maybe there's not enough employees for that. I don't know,
I
but
mean, it's the weekend. I'm just not understanding. I can see maybe the weekday a little, but the weekend, that's
but the
when people really
weekend.
want the takeout.
I
I
don't
mean,
work.
how's the business really continue to grow if there's like a time limit for when you can order your food, and then say if you're not able to make it to the diner or to the restaurant, and you really enjoy the food and you just want to get a takeout. Like I don't understand. Like it's a little bit confusing for me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So
Well,
I don't know if it's an Atlanta thing or a really,
I would have to. I think
I
I'm gonna
don't
have to
know.
call and ask my brother, like, because I'm gonna have to ask him, like, has he ever went to her restaurant, or I kind of want to know a little more because what is it like? Cordero is Cordero right? Is it an Atlanta thing that they don't do takeout, or like I'm a little bit uneasy with that because if what if I don't want to go into the restaurant? You do have people like that, you have people who are not too keen on being in a restaurant with other people. You have
well,
those people who
but I also say that every restaurant isn't going to be the same, and that's that lady business. Like,
true,
if
true.
I know that the old lady gang don't want to, okay, they don't do takeout on the weekend. I'm just gonna put in my mind they don't do takeout on the weekend. I mean, when we went to Atlanta, me, my best friend, her sister, and myself. When we went, we tried to go, and that wait time was ridiculous, and we called ahead to see. But I just feel like, hey, it must be working because they still open. And I mean, as many bad reviews as they done had, and he ain't the first one to say something bad about it. He just he got a little accreditation behind his, and I think that's what kind of set it all out. But I mean, like Candy wasn't mad. She know they fucking
Yeah, she definitely wasn't mad. She handled it. She handled the situation really good.
in
Her
a very
comeback.
Candy way.
Yeah, very professional.
Right, in a very candy way.
Yeah,
Um, so here's something else interesting that I found interesting, and honestly, I don't want to say it's disturbing, but in my personal opinion, there's a lot of unanswered questions. So if you guys know, here recently, Matthew Perry, who was also one of the stars on Friends, I don't want to butcher the name from that he was on Friends because I said it wrong the last time to my little cousin, and she was like, "That is not his name." So, um,
They
yeah.
serious, baby.
Hello, because that's their show. But anyway, my point that I'm making is they found Matthew Perry dead in his hot tub. From the video that was surfaced from the reports, they have not identified a cause of death. They don't know how this man died. There was no forced entry into his home. He wasn't on any. Apparently, from what the medical examiner said, he wasn't on any drugs. So you mean to tell me that a celebrity star goes out to his hot tub and just automatically dies? I'm sorry.
hmm.
I don't get it. I'm confused. It doesn't make sense to me. You can't mean to tell me that this man just went to his hot tub in his backyard and there's no one there, and y'all find him dead in the hot tub.
Did he commit suicide himself? Did he just go underwater himself?
But that's what they said. They said there was nothing that was. They said there wasn't anything that would have been seen as he made it was a suicide.
Yeah, they said there were no drugs in his system, anything like that. I know, just from the little research that I did, I was not a Friends. I was a living single guy. I was not a Friends guy. I can say to this day, I've never watched an episode of Friends. My best friend, when I was young, he watched it all the time. I did not. What I will say is that they said that he dealt with alcoholism a lot. Like he was
Yeah.
in and out of that. And he was like, I think they said there was an interview where he said that the ninth season of Friends was the only time he was sober throughout the whole season. And so, and also, I think he was. Don't get me wrong. It was this pickleball or something he was playing earlier
Pickleball.
that day, and
Yeah, pickleball.
it's something I ain't
That
never
seems to
played.
be really popular nowadays too, for some reason.
I ain't never played it. Anybody want to play
Never.
it?
I don't even know
I
what it
keep
is.
hearing about pickleball all the time.
But he was playing that. He came home. His assistant was with him, and then he sent his assistant out to do something. And when they came back, that's when they found him. And I'm just like, so me, I had to ask one of my coworkers that I know has a hot tub. And I said, now, if you're in a hot tub, and you drown, because somebody mentioned it, it was somebody black, okay? They was like, wouldn't he have been burnt or something if he was just sitting there boiling in the hot tub?
What?
And I said, I don't know, but I'll ask somebody white, because I wouldn't have that problem. So
I'm sorry. Hold on. Go ahead. I'm
ain't that the
sorry.
black as shit?
Go ahead.
Ain't that the blackest shit, right? All right.
So,
So
was he gonna be
I
boring?
asked my coworker, she was like, no. She was like, he wouldn't have been burned. She was like, hot tubs don't get that hot. They only get up to 104. So I want to thank my coworker for clearing that up for me. For I won't be around here talking about white folks get burnt in the hot tub. Okay. So, hey,
That was funny when you said wouldn't he be boiling like if you boiling something like, oh my god, really?
As if he was cooking. As if he was cooking in hot water, just waiting on some noodles or something to be in there.
I don't know. I don't really have it.
I agree with you, Tamia said I'm weak at the knees. I was weak at the knees and my cup fell. So, yeah.
But
I ain't
anyway,
gonna lie. I feel like it's about to be shade because I know he gonna watch it. I feel like that's something somebody on this show would probably have
well, my thing is rest in peace, Matthew Perry. I really
Yes, rest in
do.
peace.
I, I,
You
I just really hope that they find out what happened to him because, like I said, it doesn't make sense.
it's a
It,
little
it,
suspicious.
it's a very much suspicion. I mean, when the producer folks brought it to us and we did the research on it, I was reading like, are you serious? Like, there's not nothing in this one world that you cannot mean to tell me that a man can just automatically die. I mean, I would have understood if he would have went to the hot tub, maybe he was in there relaxing and he died of natural causes. I can understand that.
Hmm.
But for there not to be not any medical examiner to examine to say, hey, this was a suicide, or hey, this was, this was the cause of death. For there not to be a cause of death, and this man has been dead for almost, I want to say, 3 or 4 weeks.
Hmm.
I, I mean, we've got to figure out because again, I agree. I agree with you, Elvin. I wasn't too much of a Friends watcher. I was living single. That was my show. But I do understand those people who were friends of fans.
Hmm.
They want to know, so I would like
Yeah.
to know too.
And not only that, like his family. Like my thing is, I want closure for his family to understand
Absolutely
what happened
correct.
to him. Even the assistant that walked in on him, like I need closure. I work close with this man. I mean, I had a coworker that passed away that I really didn't get answers to, and I was like, no, I really want to know what you can't work for somebody for years and not feel something for them. If so, go if you can do that, please seek therapy.
I'm sure she's been answering questions left and right and left and right. Left like literally, I know they've been bugging the heck
Yeah,
out of her.
yeah, because I'm
I'm
sure
sure.
'cause for you to be the last person that was with him, baby, everybody looking at you side eye, and I know she like, look, baby, clear
Mhm.
my name because I ain't have nothing to do with that. I just work for this man.
Hmm.
He sent me on an errand. I went for the errand, okay. But
Hello.
hey, it is what it is, right? It
Hello.
is.
Yeah, it is. All right. So now I'm really about to get into the mess and the tea and the real good drama. So let me get into this real allegedly speaking, y'all. So have you guys been noticing there's a new reality TV show coming out on this year called The House of Villains? Do you guys know about those reality star villains?
I've seen like the preview. I've heard about it, but I actually haven't watched it. It hasn't came out yet.
As far as I know, no, it has not came out yet. If it has, I would have a whole bunch of tea on it. But this particular issue that I have found and that we were given was a argument between, as we all know, if we've all seen I Love Flavor Flavor Flav. His iconic person on his show was New York. New York also went to make other little reality shows on her own, but they are calling her one of the reality villains. I kind of agree because New York was a little bit of feisty one, but I will give her little props. She has calmed down. Now the other reality villain they are calling out is Omarosa. If you guys remember, Donald Trump had a show called Celebrity Apprentice.
Uh-huh.
Omarosa was one of those celebrity apprentices.
Mm-hmm.
So in this scene, and I have a little clip that I'm going to play for you guys just between Omarosa and New York.
But do we?
And what? Oh, Sterling. One of our Facebook comments says Sterling said it actually has started. So
Okay.
I'm gonna have to get into that show to find out what's really going on. But I do, like I said, I have this little snippet.
Do we think
Uh,
Omarosa though is a villain? Really?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
I
she
don't
did.
see that.
She was
Omarosa was
definitely.
a bitch.
Really?
She was
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah, she
You
most
said it.
definitely was that. All right, so I'm gonna play the clip, and then I want to hear you guys' opinions on the argument beef between the two of them. I'm finally starting to build strong connections, and I would really like to ask for a chance to show you that I deserve to be in this house. I'm
Did you know HBI mother C? And I deserve my spot here in the House of Villains. So I need y'all to keep me here. I don't want a sympathy vote. I don't need a sympathy vote. But I need y'all to understand the pecking order. So you don't want my sympathy vote? Is that what you're saying? I need to hear it, because I need to know. You just said in front of all these people that you did not want my vote. Since I already said that, Omarosa, may I also say that I find you to be a sucking, guzzling Republican. Oh, yo! And I sleep better at night knowing that you're not in the White House. Wow. And ladies and gentlemen, this received from the legend. But you'll be saying those things at your house tonight. I might need a second. I'm not gonna lie. I might need a second.
Baby, when I say the reads in that was so deep,
I can't wait to watch now. I'm excited. I can't watch.
I'm excited to watch because I'm New York, and you know what's funny? And you know what? This is something that we have to realize. I agree with Tiffany being, I'm sorry, New York, Tiffany being her real name. I agree with her being on this show because she is a reality TV villain. And for Omarosa told her, she said, "Oh, so you don't want my vote?" She said, "No, I don't want your sympathy vote." I mean, how do y'all feel? Do y'all think she was wrong for saying that to Omarosa, or what do y'all feel about that?
I mean, I felt like she was demanding like her place of being on that show. I liked it. Yeah, I think she's a villain. Yeah, she's definitely a villain.
Ebony, what do you think?
So I don't know. I'm not a reality TV watcher like that. But I will say this: I did well, not anymore, because I did watch I Love New York, and I did. So I'm very fond of Tiffany. I didn't really watch um the show that Omarosa was on. But my dad did, so I got snippets of what Omarosa was doing. What I feel about this show is I was like, damn, I'm sure there is more villains. I'm looking at the clip, and I'm trying to see how many white people versus black people is in this clip, right? And your promo just happened to be two black women going at each other. That's what my mind goes, and that's where it went. And I'm like, see, I don't like this. I don't like when y'all do this. However, it was entertaining.
So will you be watching? Is the question.
Right.
I'll be watching for my homework, or I might do like I do every other show. They gonna put them clips out, baby. I might be watching the clips because they put the clips of the best shit out there.
So I heard a little part of it where she said you'll be sleeping in your house. So was she trying to say like you'll be sleeping in your house instead of the White House? Is that what she's trying to
No,
say?
she said she'll be sleeping in the house, so I'm thinking she was trying to send her home. However,
Yeah.
that white
So,
man on the
Oh,
side,
okay. Okay, I
so
had to
that
get the understanding of it. Okay.
that's what I took from it. When Omarosa told New York, she said, "Oh, well, basically, you don't want my vote, so basically, you want me to send you home. So you, with that attitude, you can sit at home with that attitude."
but see, that's Omarosa's stilo though. She be like, even when she went on Wendy Williams, she likes to try to take over, and it's like,
Yes.
a girl, sit down somewhere, girl. You can't run everything.
You couldn't even take over on Celebrity Apprentice.
Right, right.
Have
So
several
it's
of them
like,
seats.
and I think that the guy on the side was like, hold on, wait a minute, we might need to keep her because she just told you where to go, and I'm sick of you too.
And
Yeah.
it's funny that she came from the White House to now reality. Really? That's a
Well,
big
The big step.
turnaround.
you
Whatever you
know
want
when
to call
you
it.
when you be up there kissing certain people ass and they don't care about you, that's what happens to you. You're
True.
just you're disposable.
True.
Yeah.
True. True. True.
Yeah, they use you for the time that they need you for.
I
True.
think
True.
these two
True.
women are really beautiful women though.
Yeah. So
I
this
agree.
Yeah, the interview with Carlos King and Nene Leakes. I.
Ooh, that's another ooh.
Would you like to take the lead on that, Cadero?
No, go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
So I didn't see much. I just saw the clip, and she basically was just saying that, with her and Kim Kardashian being in the reality TV world, that the reason that Kim is where she is because money and the influence was pushed behind her. Which I've heard that story so much in Hollywood, and usually when I hear it, it's believable. Um, but she basically says that she should basically be where Kim Kardashian is, if not in a better place than Kim Kardashian, because if the same money and the same push was put behind her, that she would be there. And I was like, "Ooh, bitch, that's gone." I don't think
But
that's
let
gone.
us not forget where Kim Kardashian started.
Came from.
Yeah, on her
So
back.
it's they in kind of like two different leagues, I think.
Yeah, I do feel like um ooh ooh um they are in two different leagues, and Kim comes from money. Like she does. She comes from money. Like she came through the gate with money. I hear what Nene is saying. I really didn't know much about Nene Leakes until I started dating this guy, and then he had named his big Nene Leakes fan, named his dog after Nene, okay? And I but once I got into Nene, I was like, Nene name does ring true. She got, when you become a gift, then you really somebody. You really doing something. And
Hmm.
I do feel like Nene should have had more push behind her in the reality TV world. But I also watched that clip with Tamar speaking about reality TV as well. And she made a very good point that the black women don't get as much money as say white TV shows. But we know this though. I mean, we just spoke about living single and friends. So I don't know. What do y'all think about it?
Yeah, I mean, I agree 100% what you're saying. Like, yeah, when it comes to black women, yes, like we don't get the same. It just
Hmm.
it never equals out.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I just still feel like they're in two different lanes.
Yeah.
I
I,
It,
I,
really
I, I kind of feel like that too. I kind of feel like, like both of you guys were saying, that they're both in two different lanes. But then it is really difficult when they play the race card because, like you said, some black women, for instance, Taraji P. Henson, most people don't realize Taraji P. Henson didn't get her start of fame until she was maybe in about her 30s, close to her 40s.
hmm
yeah.
They do and I'm sorry to say it, but it's the truth. Our people, our African American, our black people, we get second handed. We get second picked. We don't get picked until they've went through everybody else and figured out, okay, well, come on, let's try you out. And they finally figure out that we've got the pizzazz, we've got the talent, we've got everything that they're looking for, and they're like, wow, well, I should have picked you in the beginning. Yeah, you should have.
and I mean, it's if if you know the story of how Hollywood started, how it went into bankruptcy, and how it was in so much debt, and why even what was the name of the show, the movies and stuff like that, that like Jackie's Back and all of that. I can't think of the name of them. But if you know about those shows, of those movies, and how it helped Hollywood get out of debt. Like and just for a light reading, well, it ain't really light, but it's a book called Empire of Their Own. And like, if Nene ain't read that book, maybe she should read it and she will understand. But I'm glad that they're speaking out. I'm glad it's people like Nene. I'm glad it's people like Monique that will, once again, black women that will stand up and speak out and be like, hey. this is wrong. This
Right.
ain't right.
And
Right.
didn't Kim Kardashian, didn't she come like with fame way before Nene? Nene is kind of
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
somewhat
Yeah,
too.
of course she came with fame before Nene. She was sucking Ray J dick and a sex tape come out. Of course
Right.
she's gonna be in fame.
But
Exactly.
also
A
one,
whole
and I'm
sex
glad you
tape was
brought that up.
released.
I'm glad you brought that up because that's one thing that I do think. One thing that Nene don't really have is the type of manager or mother, or I don't know what to call that lady, but she don't have her behind her, and it's very much so we gonna get this money because like to hear that um uh she was the one who constructed the whole sex tape being released and all of that. I was like, oh my god, your daughter, like it was just like, oh my god. I guess maybe she felt like it was gonna come out anyway, but that's a factor that Nene is missing. Like
Mm-hmm.
she's missing that manager that just don't want nothing but money. Like,
Right,
I mean,
right.
you would be there then if you had her.
Who are
True.
some other stars who y'all feel like that don't really get the shine or the fame that they really need? I can say two. I mean, they're out there, but I feel like they could be way more than what they are, and that's like Pam and Gina. I forgot their actual names.
Oh, you talking about
Oh,
Tisha
Tashina
Campbell
Arna and
and Tashina
Tanisha
Arnold?
Campbell.
Yeah, I feel like they could be so much more.
Oh yeah, because especially back in the day, like they had to me, them two definitely should have cut an album, been
Right?
famous off that album, because like they had any song that I heard them, even even Tisha Campbell, you got to push, like
Yes.
even that song was it.
Push
But
it to
if I
me.
was to choose somebody like that, I would definitely, and people will be like, but she is, but I'm like, nah, not like she should be.
Not
And
like she
it's
should be.
Raven
I,
Simone is mine. Like Raven Simone is just not where I would think that Raven should be. Like, and I
she's
think that's
not.
partially because of her own doing now. But back in the day, she just ain't where she ain't where she should be. And I know there's a lot of the industry and the size that Raven became.
Mm-hmm.
Like she spoke on that several different times, and I was like, yeah, I can understand it. Like even at some point, and you know, something I want to ask T and Tamara is, did they darken them at some point? Because they were dark on that show at some point. And Raven Simone talked about that, how they would paint her almost every episode to make her darker. And so it's like that'll be my person that I felt like should be in the stratosphere. She should be making movies, and I mean, I ain't gonna say she should be Angela Bassett, but you know, but she should definitely be under the tutelage of Angela Bassett.
Right. Um, you know what? I have one, but I really I'll get into that next week. I want to get into Monique a little bit, and I don't
Okay.
want to get into it tonight. I want to get into it on next week's show. Monique's in a light in the limelight right now a lot. I mean, she did an amazing movie that was on BT Plus called The Reading. I thought that movie was amazing. She did her thing, but
Mhm.
beyond the movie aspect of it, there's a lot of things that are going on in Monique's life that I really want to talk about. But again, I don't want to talk about it on this show. I'll make sure that that'll be on our next allegedly speaker. I want to dig into Monique a little bit because
I'm with it
Monique
because
getting a
I'm a
little bit
big Monique
messy.
fan.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
with
with
it.
that. Mm. Yeah, that's gonna take some time, but we gotta unpack some things when it
Do
comes
y'all
to
think
Yeah.
Monique.
Monique? Do y'all think Monique is where she should be, or should she be higher?
Oh, higher.
Okay.
Definitely higher. Much higher.
Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
But
But we would.
Nene, you can do it. I just feel like Nene, you gotta have the right people in back of you, just
You
pushing you.
do. You
Yeah.
do. You most definitely
First
do.
things first. Don't go back to reality TV. Move forward. And if
Yeah.
you do, let it be your platform.
Correct.
What
Correct.
what I
Yes.
always say, Nini, this is the platform that we use. Not the
If
only
she
one.
would have had like a little spinoff about her and her life, I would have watched it. I think it would have been interesting.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. I do think it's time for her to move on. Maybe she could, I don't know, coach the girls, that's coming up on in reality. I don't know. She'd have to figure that out
Maybe.
on her own.
Maybe.
Yeah. So,
Well,
well,
well, guys.
Well, guys.
Okay.
so
So,
Zaire Wade
Zaire Wade
says that he
says
has
that he
two
has two
sisters
sisters
and he is
and he
very
is very
protective of
protective
them.
of them.
So
So,
I wanted to
I
touch
want
on
to touch
that due
on
to the
that due to
fact
the
that
fact that
I feel like a lot of people have been hard on Dwayne and Gabrielle because of Zaya. But then I feel like Zaire has came out and said, hey, I understand what's going on. And I feel like the dynamic of them should just be left alone. That is a child. And let that child figure out who they are. Oh, Zaire is grown. Like I think he's going to college now. So to me, that's grown. Once you head to college, baby, you finna make mistakes on your own.
It's a brother's job.
Yeah. And I just feel like why are I just think it's crazy to me that a lot of people are speaking on Zaya and her sexuality. She's a child, and that's weird. Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely overprotective with my brother. Like he older than me. He 9 years older than me. But I'm definitely overprotective. Hmm. Well, I guess I should say that too. My brother's grown. He can handle his own. Um, like with a lot of my male friends, my male gay friends, when they see my brother, that's when I be like, hold up. I'll be like, hang on. I know my brother's attractive, but we not doing it. So I am protective in that way. Even my female friends, I just be like, it's certain ones, we ain't doing it. And be like, you want I now I ain't gonna lie, I would hook my brother up with some of my friends. No, hey, because I feel like they would be a match. But you gotta be a match. You gotta. I know my brother gonna treat you right, so I need to treat him right. Right. But everybody don't know that though. Like I don't think my brother could hook me up with nobody. uh-uh.
I don't know. I'm very much protective of my siblings. That we're all boys. I'm the baby, but I think I'm a little bit more overprotective than they are.
Are you the oldest?
I'm the baby.
Oh, I'm the baby too. Oh, that's the baby.
Oh, well, y'all, this was an amazing show. See you guys later.
I'm falling. Welcome to the Male R3view.